I hope you're wearing your prestigious pants because the Jimquisition Awards Game of the Year 2014 Spectacular starts now! Now! Welcome to the Jimquisition Awards 2014. We're not quite as prestigious as the Game Awards, but we do have just as many audio problems. I'm doing today's episode based just off the camera's microphone, shitty echoey microphone, because the normal microphone's busted. That's brilliant. So let's kick off straight away with the awards. Beginning with, well, you knew this one was going to come already, Alien Isolation. The AAA publisher world will have you believe survival horror is dead. The AAA publisher world will have you believe that endless combat is the only worthwhile way of engaging with a game. Creative Assembly rejected the all-too-common consensus of the big-budget world with Alien Isolation, the first Alien-based anything to make the Xenomorph genuinely scary since Ridley Scott's original movie. Weapons are thin on the ground and an unpredictable alien is stalking the halls. Creating distractions, hiding, and leading the Xenomorph to other potential threats are all viable ways of getting through the game alive, but the opposition is alarmingly smart and fatally good at murder. There are few games that can really scare me, but Isolation does it beautifully with more than just YouTube-friendly jump scares. It's the moments of silence, of dread quiet, that often make for the spookiest moments, as Creative has done a fantastic job of crafting an intimidating atmosphere, as well as a determined stalker that puts even the nemesis to shame. Speaking not only as an Alien fan, but as a survival horror lover, this is one of the few games truly worthy of being associated with either. A game that truly gets what made Alien so effective as a film, and understands that terror is about more than making teenagers have rehearsed screaming fits on webcams. Regard, l'amiable, and enjoy Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. That Nintendo hasn't tossed out an incrementally upgraded Super Smash Bros. Game year after year is testament to the company's commitment to integrity. It could have annualized that series easily, and folks would have lapped it up. Instead, every Smash release is inherently more special as a result of the publisher's self-control, and few Smash releases have been so special as Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. An impeccably balanced fighting game, Smash is inclusive and welcoming, a game literally anybody can play, while remaining deep enough to reward hardcore and professional level players. Getting to play Smash in HD on a console, as well as enjoy the bevy of features and game modes available, has been one of this year's most profound joys for me. It's not exactly innovative, remaining fundamentally the same as Smash always has been, but innovation isn't important compared to having something that's simply beautifully made, well polished and put together with near perfection. That's Smash Brothers for you. Few games can claim to be so inviting, so instantly gratifying, and to stand the test of time. Few games can allow you to have Ganondorf punch the crap out of a hedgehog either. Smash is great like that. Next up, one of 2014's most dismal games, but it's no worse for it. I'm talking about This War of Mine. Games don't have to be about making you feel powerful and getting your way. In fact, one of 2014's most beautiful gaming experiences was all about stripping you of your entitlement, forcing you into situations of abject desperation, and reminding you of something many modern games have forgotten. War is hell. This War of Mine is a management-style survival game in which you scavenge, craft, and upgrade your headquarters. Sounds fun, right? It also takes place in a shelled-out war zone, where your party of survivors can become injured, sick, depressed, where food is scarce, bandits will rob you of precious resources, and you may end up traumatizing your allies as they're forced to kill over scraps. This isn't a game you win. It's a game you survive at best. It's a game that depresses you, but the truly remarkable thing is how that depression is not overbearing. This isn't some unsubtle flowchart of alleged moral choices presented by most video games. This is a game of subtle dilemmas, of creeping trauma, delivered with a nuance and sensitivity you just don't see in the average game. With a narrative based on actual events, this is a stark exercise in showing the true human face of armed conflict revolving around the people who matter, the victims. You won't exactly have fun while playing this war of mine, but you'll be utterly captivated.
Oh, and who didn't know this was coming? Hyrule Warriors.
Hyrule Warriors is one of the best crossover ideas basically ever in the history of ever. You get Dynasty Warriors, which is already great on its own merits, and you stuff all the hack and slash nonsense into The Legend of Zelda, where you get to play as Link, Zelda, Ganondorf and the bloody Bug Princess, hacking down thousands of enemy soldiers for your own sordid delight, with characters that are more varied and fun to play than even the mainstream Warriors games, and a ton of cute Nintendo nostalgia draped on all the furniture. This is a delightful action experience, and one so full of content I'm still able to play it to this day and find a ton of things to uncover. Good content too, not the overstuffed fluff that Ubisoft likes to call content. Omega Force's flamboyant character designs make for a gorgeous looking game, and Zent may very well be one of the most eccentric and enjoyable playable characters of the bloody year. With its meaty combat system and a bucket load of stuff to do, Hyrule Warriors is a mad idea that should logically have gotten old after an hour, but it never does. It's a novelty that can't quit being novel, and I love it to bloody death.
And last, but by no means least, perhaps an unusual one. Oddworld, new and tasty.
You don't often see a remake on a best of list, but this is no ordinary remake. Oddworld New and Tasty isn't some mere upgrade or self-styled remaster, it's a true remake in every sense of the word, and it's one of the best examples of its kind. The original Oddworld adventure was a classic, but with the gameplay improvements and visual overhauls implemented by Just Add Water, it's an impeccable ride indeed. This delightfully weird puzzle platformer has been rebuilt entirely from scratch, and the sheer love poured into it is obvious. Look, I adored Abe's Odyssey back in the day, but it has aged incredibly badly. The overwhelming effort put into updating this game so it's not only playable by modern standards, but worthy enough to stand next to any other game in recent memory is thoroughly impressive. New and Tasty did not have to go as far as it did in rebuilding the entire game from scratch. It could have put in far less effort, and it would likely have gotten away with it. Instead, Abe's Odyssey was treated with love and respect, and it shows. And that's why Oddworld New and Tasty easily deserves a place in the Jimquisition Awards of 2014. Thank you.
2014 was a year of overhyped games that didn't live up to expectations, and remasters of games that are barely 2 years old. Not the most brilliant of years for the game industry, but we did have some excellent titles out there. 5 we've just given Game of the Year award to. Brilliant! 2 honourable mentions, The Talos Principle, a fantastic philosophical puzzle game, and The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, 2 games that I'm kind of obsessed with. They are well worth looking into. But that's it. That's the Game Awards, the Jimquisition Game Awards for 2014. Thank you. And next week we'll be back with something, another tradition, a less positive tradition. And let me tell you, if it was easy coming up with the games of the year, this list for next week was far more difficult to squeeze down. But that's it. Enjoy your Christmas. Have happy holidays. All that stuff. Eat a turkey leg, and thank God for me.